What up, Dokkanners? The 5.3.1 update has officially released on Global Dokkan. The new language support is here. Other updates have been included as well, and folks, this update is way better than I thought that it would be. Now, I need to tell you, there's actually a very important thing that you need to know about regarding this update, because if you make the same mistake that I do, it will cause you unnecessary headache, and depending on your type of phone or mobile device, it could ultimately lead to more problems than that. So make sure you guys watch this video because I have some very important things to say. I conducted a bit of an experiment accidentally, and it turns out it's a very important life lesson that you guys need to know about. Now, before we start all that, I'm going to drop the subscriber challenge for you right now in this video. Take a look at this right here. Boom! What you're looking at here, pay no attention to the Goresh Bieber art on the right. We'll talk about that one later. Looking on the left here, we are 27 days away from the start of the 7-year anniversary, folks. Under 1 month till the 7-year anniversary arrives. 2-7. Your challenge, should you choose to accept it, is to take a look at your Dragonstone count right now, and if it has a 2 or a 7 in there, then you have to subscribe to the channel right now, because I got you. I got you. I finally achieved it, and I got you. If I didn't get you because either you don't want to or I didn't get you in the challenge, then you know what? It's okay. Consider maybe just liking the video instead, or maybe I'll get you on the next one. No big deal. But now let's talk about this update because, folks, very important thing. When it comes to changing the settings from English to German, English to Spanish, you gotta be careful. If you do this, you click on Deutsch, for example, which is German. It says language and voice settings. A new language setting will be applied after restarting. Please restart the application. Do not close your device or close your app and restart Dokkan, because if you do, it is going to make sure that you change to that setting. So make sure you keep it on the language that you want. And here's why. Let me show you over on Twitter. This is what happened to me. And this is basically why Goresh is here. I don't want to show what's trending. There's some unfortunate things that are trending. Don't want to show any of that. So thank you, Goresh, for blocking it with your giant head. All right, so do not switch languages and exit the game unless you really want to play in that new language. It will force you to download a 7 gigabytes data file before you can even log back in and change the language back to English. So what I did, since I can speak some German and I can read some German, I wanted to change it to German because I wanted to play a little bit in German. Why not, right? I thought the update was going to give us those languages where I could simply just push the button, exit the window, and it just changes. I'm an idiot for thinking that, but whatever. So what I had to do is I had to close the app, restart it, and before I could do anything, it said, hey, you need to download this 7.9 gigabyte data file. And I was like, no thanks. It wouldn't let me back into the game, obviously, because now it has to overwrite all my English into German. And that's the key word, overwrite. I didn't know this. So initially at that moment, I downloaded 7 gigabytes more and I was like, okay, this is annoying. I got a new device, so I can handle the extra memory. So I figured now my Dokkan game is going to have an extra 7.9 gigabytes just hanging out on the side anytime I wanted to switch to German seamlessly. So I thought, you know what? It's annoying, but it's fine. But then when I got into the game in German, I decided to switch back to English because at the time I thought, okay, I've downloaded English, I've downloaded German, I can simply just toggle back and forth. I'm set. Turns out it does the exact same thing again. It will say, all right, close the app, restart the thing, and you can get the new language setting. And when it did, this is what it made me do. It had me then download another 7.9 gigabyte update. So basically what it does is when you change a language, it actually overwrites the previous text files. So this is a good thing and a bad thing. Primarily a good thing. It's a good thing because players who might have been concerned about the unnecessary extra baggage that came with this update don't have to worry about it, because you don't have to download any more additional files unless you are going to play in a different language. If you're going to play in Spanish, you got to do this once. If you're going to play in German, you got to do this once. But what it does is it overwrites your file, your text files from previous language to new language. So for me, it overwrote English to German. Then when I wanted to switch from German back to English, it overwrote it from German to English again. And that's why I had to download and re-download 14 total gigabytes in about 30 minutes, which was really annoying. Really annoying. So make sure you guys are fully committed to what you're going to do. Otherwise, don't do what I did. And let me know in the comments if you guys actually did this, because I have a feeling there's going to be at least 2 or 3 of you that probably did what I did and lived to regret it. So let me know. There's got to be some of you guys. So that is the biggest thing that I need you guys to know about regarding this. Now let's talk about the next biggest thing. Before we even talk about the 5.3.1 details, take a look at your campaign news, your in-game campaign news. If you notice right here, some adjustments have been made to the timing. This is now the second biggest piece of news to come out of this update. Why? Because if you notice, my time and your time are probably different. From Monday, May 30th, 1700 to Sunday, 19th of June, 1659. That is probably going to be different for you because now the timing has been localized and it is no longer Pacific Standard Time centric. That is a big update. All times on global have now been displayed in their local times. This effectively kills my time zone series. I'm still going to do it, but the novelty will wear off in a couple of videos, I imagine, unless there are still some of you boneheads who simply don't realize that the time has changed, in which case my videos will still be useful. But yeah, they've now basically taken that out of the equation. You no longer have to do calculus. You don't have to do your, differential equations to figure out what time zone it's for you compared to what time it is for me. You don't have to worry about my time zone, being the center of the universe and yours is irrelevant. All of that is now gone out the window. Whatever time zone you are in, it will display your exact time. And that is a massive, massive W. It is the tiniest little change, but it does a world of things for global players. So that is a big W for all of you. You no longer have to rely on my videos to find out when exactly it is dropping for you, but still consider watching them because they're free. Now let's talk about the details of the update. The details of the update. Oh, and you know what? One more thing. With the reason why I mentioned this whole 7 gigabytes thing, I don't know how this stuff works in terms of like overwriting data files and all that, but I want to mention this for those of you who play on lower end devices, because if you guys are playing on, low end phones or devices that have maximum storage already used up, you're going to want to be careful, because if you don't have enough of a buffer in your storage space when you're downloading something like this, I don't know exactly how much you need when you're overwriting files, because it's not simply just, plugging in data as you delete it. It's more like you have to have like a little window of opportunity for some data to kind of exist as other data is being thrown in. So if you are someone who's struggling to juggle like Dokkan and like another gacha game on a small device, and then you do this, I don't know what it could cause to your, what it could do to your device, but you just got to be careful. So just want to throw that out there for those of you who have low-end devices who are at maximum capacity. Be careful when doing with this whole thing. Make sure you guys are taking care of all of your data. You have everything backed up. Who knows what could happen, all right? Now, let's talk about the 5.3.1 update details, because there's even more stuff to talk about in here. We've got the new language options, they've adjusted the user interface, and they fixed some bugs. So what exactly I thought that they were going to do, they did. They've integrated parts of the 5.4 update that JP received a couple of weeks ago in this update. Basically, quality of life changes that makes the game overall better. Let me know in the comments if you guys have noticed this, because when this update hit JP, in terms of the fixing some bugs and adjusting the UI, apparently the game ran faster. It felt a lot smoother and more fluid. Now, I don't know if I've necessarily noticed that with Dokkan. Maybe I have, but I want you guys to let me know in the comments if you guys have noticed an overall change or a slight uptick in fluidity in your gaming experience, because if so, this is literally a carbon copy of the 5.4 update. I think it is the case. I think it is. I've just been link leveling. I'm not really watching, to see. But now let's talk about all this stuff. If players change their language settings, pre-existing summon history and gift box descriptions will still be displayed in the language selected before the change. So they're just simply pointing out which sections of the game will still remain in English. There are going to be some parts of the game that will still remain in English no matter what language you change to. So for those of you who were hoping for a clean sweep, that's not going to happen. There's still going to be a couple of things that remain. Certain screenshots shown in the how to play section are in English, okay? The onomatopoeias shown in battle are in English. Now, if you're wondering what that is, onomatopoeia is basically like a sound brought to life, or like a sound translated into text. So it's like if Goku punches somebody, it goes bam, right? BAM will still be in English, or zoop, or zoom, all those different sounds. They will still use English letters. For event announcements released before the Training and Trials Supergrowth campaign, blah, 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 the information on the required awakening medals will not be shown on the Dokkan Awakening details images. I'm not exactly sure what that means. I think it's referring to this, like this right here, I believe. Again, it's just showing minor little exceptions. Once you see what the changes are, you'll get used to it. So it's not that big a deal. So I'm going to skip those. An issue was found where some of the text was going beyond the frame. Okay. Now let's talk about the Dragon Ore update, because they have updated the Dragon Ores as well. And this is something that JP had to deal with in a separate update. Apparently, they just integrated it for global here. To make it possible to exchange Dragon Ores for Dragon Stones once the 7th anniversary begins, the Dragon Ores players possess have been converted into treasure items after the version's update. Please check them on the treasure page. The Dragon Ores players possess were displayed on the other items page before the adjustment. For players who completed the missions but did not claim the rewards, the unclaimed Dragon Ores have been distributed to them. Please check the distributed items on the treasure page. In addition, the completed missions have also been marked with success. So let's go take a look at what they're talking about. If you go to items here, you go all the way down to the bottom and you go to other, this is where your Dragon Ores used to be. They are not there anymore, as you can see. They have now been moved to this little button right here above potential orbs, which is treasure right here, Dragon Ore. I've got 33 because I have not completed the 4th week's worth of Dragon Ores. When I do, I will have more, but at the moment I have 33. So let me know in the comments how many Dragon Ores you have. Hopefully you guys have been doing all the missions. They're very easy. You just play the game and you get them. So that is pretty much it for the Dragon Ore portion of the update. And the last thing that I wanted to talk about were those little changes and bug fixes. Like I said, more fluidity in the game, I think, is just apparent. If you notice it, you notice it. If you don't, you don't. But there are 2 additional things that I noticed in game. This is what JP got. The none thing and the no links were added thing. So when it comes to none, basically this is just a confirmation. Like when you're running through a stage, you get nothing from your reward. It just says none. This doesn't mean much to most people, but this is also nice because sometimes Dokkan may fail to load certain assets right before the game crashes. I'm sure some of you guys have experienced that problem. Right before the game is going to crash, certain metals images don't load properly, or certain, screens just aren't completely there, slightly fragmented. So this none sort of helps serve as a confirmation that there's nothing there. You're not unable to see something. There's just nothing there that you picked up. And same goes for the link leveling as well. The link leveling also gives you now a confirmation when a unit does not get any links at all. This one I found to be completely unnecessary. Like, we don't really need to have that, but fine, it is what it is. So when you link level up something up here, nobody else has anything, it'll say no link levels have been leveled up. In my opinion, this is useless, but I think it's a nice step to a potential post-game screen, statistics screen. I hope they can do that. Like after a run on a quest stage or a story event, it will show you all the links that were leveled up during that run. I hope that they could do that eventually, but in the meantime, this is all that we got. So let me know in the comments if you guys saw any other updates, visual changes. I don't really think there's anything else, but if I missed anything, let me know. But that is going to be for this one, folks. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments, how excited are you guys for the language change? I know a lot of you guys have been eagerly waiting to adjust to German, Spanish. A lot of the chain battle gods are Spanish speakers and German speakers. So how excited are you guys for the update? And how many of you unfortunate souls did what I did and you changed the language just for the heck of it and lived to regret it? I need to know. How many other Dumbos out there are there? Let me know in the comments down below. I need to find my kindred spirits. Let me know. Also, be sure to subscribe for more dope content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned and always remember to Dokkan responsibly.